I left my husband. He knew what it was up front.
Right.
He ended up going broke. I have expectations. When you don't meet my expectations, I move the hell on.
You left your husband because he went through a little financial struggle.
And did.
At any point in time, did you feel that love should have kept you there?
I feel like he didn't love me because if he did, he wouldn't have went through a financial struggle.
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got something pretty good, man. We got a sister pretty much proudly, right? She's proudly talking about how she gave up her man because the brother faced some type of hardship, right? A financial hardship, not some type, a financial hardship that a lot of people tend to go through, not just men, but women too, right? But hey, guess what? When women go through it, we have to understand, we have to be there for them, right? Because that's what shows the person that you love them. Now, once again, most of you women are not thinking like this, right? To the point where they're giving them up in a fashion like this. Now, at the end of the day, if you are a man and you cannot provide, right, there will always be a time limit before that woman decides to leave, no matter how long it takes, right? Now, granted, let's just be honest here. If it takes you freaking a year and some change, now it really shouldn't take you that long. But if they see that you're trying and you are taking, and it's taking you almost a year to get to a job, a lot of you women are gonna be like, clock is ticking, buddy. Clock is ticking. So, I mean, once again, the men always get it. The men always get it. But you have this sister here who is simply saying, hey, well, listen, he's going through a hardship. There should be no reason why he's going through a hardship. He should be already on his grind. And these tend to be some of your materialistic sisters. Let's go ahead and watch the video.
I left my husband. He knew what it was up front.
Right.
He ended up going broke. I have expectations. When you don't meet my expectations, I move the hell on.
You left your husband because he went through a little financial struggle.
And did.
At any point in time, did you feel that love should have kept you there?
I feel like he didn't love me because if he did, he wouldn't have went through a financial struggle. A man that loves a woman don't go through hard times.
I don't think that any man predicts or plans to have a financial struggle.
They make a way.
His job laid him off. What?
I mean, I don't care what he did, but he should have made a way. I shouldn't have had to.
You should make a way to the bus station. Greyhound, Metro, any chartered bus line, and head to the apartment complex. Whatever happened to love? Whatever happened to us building, us growing, us being something together? Whatever happened to have and to hold in sickness and in health? You took those vows. How can something like a piece of paper with dye on it, colored green, can make you change your vows unto God?
You can't live a good life without that piece of paper, so let's not downplay it.
By the powers invested in me, I betrothed this woman. Recreational use only.
Ugly Money Mansion Masquerade and Lingerie Party. Saturday, November 2nd. The ticket link is in my bio. Get your tickets. The most beautiful women the South has to offer will be there. Shouts out Bad Bunnies. Shouts out Big Stepper. Shouts out Izzy. It's that Ugly Money.
And these will be the same women that sit up here and say, why aren't men chivalrous anymore? These will be the same women that sit up here and say, well, your black men don't protect black women. Well, what brother wants to protect that? I'm gonna just be honest with you. What brother wants to protect that? Because you obviously showing, man, that you have no respect for men. You obviously showing that, hey, you know what? If my man just goes through the smallest, through the simplest of things, and he can't pass it or whatever, right? I'm out of there. I'm a hightail it out of there. Why would you want to do that? And these are the type of women that they call the cat lady, right? Now, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing what's going to happen, right? She's going to end up hitting her 30s. We already know the whole routine. You're going to hit the 30s, right? And then you're going to complain. You're going to cry and you're going to beg and ask, where did all the good men go? Well, they were around you every single day, but you probably had one and you gave them up. You probably had a good man and you gave him up. For what reason? For money? I mean, once again, as a man, you definitely need to be on your P's and Q's, right? You definitely need to be on your P's and Q's, but we all reach adversity. And for women to sit up here and gaslight men and say, well, y'all aren't emotionally kept, y'all don't really, y'all really don't know sympathy. Y'all don't know this, y'all don't know that. I mean, you be seeing like you be surprised at how a lot of these women treat men. It's just it's crazy. It's crazy, and this is why a lot of brothers say a lot of women are very ungrateful. A lot of your sisters are very ungrateful. You get a good man, you see one, I don't want to deal with him because he doesn't look like the man that I would want to deal with. Then you sit over here, deal with the man that you want to deal with or whatever, or that you think you can change. You get pregnant by him, have a kid, single mother. Now you're going through a whole process. Now you're sitting over here running around here telling people, hey, well, you know what? There's nothing wrong with having a kid. Hey, you know what? There's nothing wrong with having a kid. Hey, you know what? There's nothing wrong with sitting over here doing this. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Once again, man, you have got to, man, you have got to stop doing certain things, man, to put yourself in a certain situation, right? That's going to make yourself look bad, and then try to guilt trip men for not wanting to put themselves in a situation with you. But of course, this type of thinking comes from what else? Comes from the household as well, right? And what do I mean by that? If you have a parent, mainly your women, right? You're gonna have single mothers who tend to have this type of mindset. She has a child. What do you think this child is going? What the type of woman you think this child will be, right? If she's going to, if the little child is going to be around this mother all the time, that child is probably going to be doomed to fail. Like, let's just be real. So you have a chick here, right? We're talking about one of your men that barely exists right now. Once again, they exist. Don't get it wrong. They exist, but it's a small group of men. But you're gonna have women who try to say, well, hey, well, you know what? Maybe she was going through a bunch of stuff with that man. Maybe, you know, the man was broke for so long. Well, why are you dealing with a guy like that? Why are you dealing with a guy, man, who struggles, man, to sit over here and take life seriously? But once again, she goes on to say she probably was putting up with him going through a financial hardship, struggling for years. Those vows they took on marriage don't pay the bills. I'm not saying it's right, but some people have their breaking point. Nobody wants to be with someone who's broke all the time. Or maybe if you just open up your eyes, like everybody else with common sense can see, the system, man, is just not stable, right? You could be sitting over here making a decent living that still would not satisfy this chick right here. And that's a fact. It does not satisfy a man just comfortably living, right? A man who can comfortably live is not good enough for a woman. It's not good enough for a lot of your modern women today. That's just a fact. So someone else says, I blame men who put up with this behavior. That's a fact, because you do have men who enable this type of behavior, i.e. her boyfriend or her ex-husband, right? Somebody else says he actually won. He'll understand later. Somebody else says 78% of black women in the United States are unmarried. Somebody else says she did him a favor. Somebody else says recreational use only. Somebody else says, I hope no man ever take her serious, right? But some man obviously married her. So somebody else says she will always be lonely. Shaking my head. What the hell is wrong with some of these women? Somebody else says, what's really sad is there are women who think her behavior is proper and normal. And once again, as you can see, the first comment, but she pretty much felt, I wouldn't say she think it's normal, because she even said that, you know, I don't think it's right. But then you're going to sit over here and turn around in the same breath and say, well, you know what? There are some people who are just tired of hanging around people who are broke. Once again, these are the men that she is picking, and she's probably picking Pookie. People who probably sitting over here, man, out there drug dealing, doing whatever, right? Doing whatever, no stable job, getting arrested, all that money gone. Now what does he have to live off of? So once again, man, it's about choices. And I can tell you right now, perception is key over here. She looks like she only deals with Pookies, so she's going to constantly go through those trials and tribulations. That is just me. But y'all let me know down below, man, how do y'all feel? You know, like I said, it's just sad that a lot of women, man, have this kind of mindset today. But hey, do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, leave me a subscribe.